Welcome back everyone to the chess journey to national master. In this video I'll be showing you round 2 of Maia Chess Open 2025. I got paired up against Bernard Vidigal. I was playing with the black pieces, and this tournament was in August, and this was actually my first game of the year with the black pieces. So let's see how the game went. By the way, I took off the board sound because I just couldn't figure it out. White was like glitched, and the sound wasn't appearing at the same time as the board. I don't know what happened. Uh, but yeah, let me know if you prefer the sound off, or if you don't really mind the slight delay on the sound of the pieces. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and let's get into the video. So my opponent started with e4. I didn't have much to prepare against him. I didn't see his games. I couldn't find them. So I went for e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop e5, and here I went for the Berlin. The forbidden Berlin. And you might say, like, what? You're playing down, you're playing against the 1600, and you go for the most passive and like solid and drawish opening against the Rui Lopez. And I'm like, bro, I don't care. Like, he can't force a draw. Like, there's no line that forces a perpetual or something like that. Like, there's lines that force an equal position and a simple position to play, like an endgame or something like that. But like, he can't really just like make me like accept a draw without any like fight at all. Even if he goes for this line, I'm just gonna show you, because I think some people really think that there's a line that just immediately forces a draw, because you see it a lot on eye level. But this line where knight takes on e4 happens, and after d4, knight d6, pawn takes on e5, knight takes on b5, a4. This is like the drawing line where the knight goes to d4, knight takes d5, and pawn takes. Knight takes on d4, queen takes on d4, queen takes on d6, and normally people do this and they repeat the position. But here, after like queen e4, I don't need to repeat the position. I can just play like queen, bishop e7, and I'm fine. Like, this is a completely fine position for black. Like, rook e1 here for white, I can just play queen e6. Now my opponent can't really just move the queen away because the rook is hanging, so something like knight c3 takes bishop e6, and everything is fine. So yeah, like, it's completely playable, and you can still outplay your opponent even if the position is like equal. You have the bishop pair, like, it's fine, honestly. So yeah, I'm not afraid of a draw, you know. And I'm okay with having slightly passive positions if he wants to go for those lines with like rook e1, bishop f1, etc. Like, there's a lot of tricks, and you can still play for a win in these variations, especially if you're playing lower, because people won't be like super prepared in this elo. So, you know, they won't know all the intricacies of the opening. But okay, this didn't happen in the game. He played d3, which is a more like fighting and common way for white to play. Bishop c5, c3, and here I actually was out of book. Believe it or not, I didn't remember these lines with d3, c3. I just didn't remember at all. I remember the forcing lines, but these lines that are more common, like, I just didn't remember. So yeah, I decided to just play natural moves and find out about the position on the board. So yeah, castles, d5, striking the center makes a lot of sense. Takes, queen takes. Now that my opponent played c3, can't punish me for bringing out the queen too early with knight c3, which is normally what you want to do as white. Here my opponent played bishop c4, and actually had a big think. The first big think of the game. Yeah, he's attacking my queen. I was a bit afraid that this was some sort of known theory, and I just didn't know what I was doing. And sometimes in these positions, like, there's only one move for black to be fine. Here, there's 3 ways I can play: queen d6, queen d7, and queen d8. I immediately discard queen d7. because I thought that I was just losing a pawn. I would have to accept a slightly more passive position after b4. If I go bishop b6, he has b5, and after I move the knight, he takes the pawn. The computer thinks that this is better for black, but I couldn't figure it out over the board. I just immediately said, nope, I'm not losing a pawn. If I have to play bishop d6, this feels passive. I want the bishop on this long diagonal. Here it feels a bit passive. So, okay, I thought queen d8. Queen d8 looks fine, but it also looks passive because, like, I'm bringing the queen back to the starting square. So I decided, okay, queen d6. I don't see anything wrong with this move. And my opponent quickly plays b4, bishop b6, and bishop a3. And I was like, oh no, oh no. I was like, oh my god. I completely missed this idea, and I was immediately regretting the queen d6 move, and I thought, okay, I am already screwing things up. I'm already in trouble because now my opponent has a big threat. He's threatening to actually win a piece with b5. Win a piece and an exchange, because like if I do a random move like rook b8, he has b5, and now I have to move the queen. The queen moves to d8, he just takes on c6, and yeah, he just wins a piece. Also, he's still threatening the exchange, so yeah, this is completely lost. But okay, I saw that, and after something, I decided 97 was the correct move. And it's fine. I wasn't afraid of b5 now because I can block with the bishop and everything is still protected, you know. So, okay. My opponent didn't go for b5. He went for knight g5. And I know that I'm talking a lot and not showing a lot of moves, but this is important and this is actually super funny. So, just in context before the story time, like my opponent, I didn't knew him from before. This was the first time I met him by playing him in this tournament. It's like a kid, you know, a teenager, and he was like, his demeanor, he was a very like serious person. He didn't really show many emotions. It was very like locked in, very focused, very serious type of player. And it thought for a while, it took some time to play knight g5, and I just could see by just his posture on the board and just his vibe, I could see by his energy that if I played h6, he was definitely taking on f7. Like I just could see. Like sometimes you just look at a person and you can like sort of read how he's gonna play, because he's just like, you know, he's way too serious. And man, you don't like spend like 20 minutes or more to play knight g5 and then to not take on f7. He's not going back to f3 or to e4. It doesn't make any sense, right? And so I just rubbed my face. I was like, okay. I put 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2, 4 equals 4. So I was like, okay, it's time. This is the critical time of the game. I need to lock in and calculate. And so I started calculating, and I calculated, and I calculated. And in the end, I saw that h6 was the move to go, and it didn't have anything. But I'll show you what I calculated during the game. So first of all, I calculated that after h6, I'm not gonna put the moves on the board. I want you to follow with me by also visualizing in your head. I'll do some arrows to keep it more simple. So h6, knight takes on f7, of course, rook takes on f7, bishop takes on f7, king takes on f7. And this is the first position that you calculate, that I calculated. So, okay, he gets a pawn and a rook for 2 pieces. Normally, we all know that the 2 pieces are more valuable. And yeah, here, after that position in the end, I saw, okay, there's nothing, there's no check, there's no threat. If he plays queen b3, I can always block with bishop e6, so that doesn't work. So what can be his other idea? So I was like, h6, knight takes on f7, rook takes on f7, and now queen b3. And this I took more serious, because now if you visualize, my rook is on f7, there's a battery here with the queen and the bishop lining up to f7, and it's not so easy for me to actually defend the rook one more time, because only the king is defending it and the rook is pinned, so I can't move the rook. And I can't play bishop e6 because, you know, it just takes. So I was like, okay, this is a bit more annoying, but then I quickly realized that I have knight d5 blocking everything, and there's no real way for my opponent to put more pressure on the position, and I can quickly just go like c6, really protect this knight, and everything is fine. I'll move the king to h8 and bring the rook back, and yeah, I just couldn't see any of his threats. If he plays b5, I can always just play bishop c5. Everything is protected. So I hope you could follow my thinking process here. A little exercise of calculation here. But okay, enough yapping. Let's see what happened in the game. Of course, I played h6, and of course, he took on f7 as I predicted it. And it trades everything on f7, and then I was super chill now. He plays c4, which actually I think this is like the losing mistake. The position was already very bad if he didn't play c4, but now he just I immediately saw bishop d4, and he completely missed this. The problem here is that the rook is trapped. So yeah, there's no way to save it, and if I take the rook, I'm just up a piece. There's no compensation at all for white. So yeah, he tried c5, queen d5, knight d2, and here, I just saw a clear combination to win more material, and yeah, I just took an a1, queen takes on d3 here. I'm attacking the knight, attacking the bishop. Only move to defend both is actually it's not the only move to defend both. I guess he still had knight b1 to try to defend everything, but this is super ugly and passive. But yeah, he played queen c1, and here I just played bishop e6, and yeah, the rest was kind of you know just converting the position. I'm up a piece with equal pawns, equal material. So yeah, I mean, we moved around. Here I thought that it was I still needed to be a bit careful, because I thought that he had a big threat in mind, which was queen takes on g6 followed by knight takes on e5 check, forking my king and the queen. And I really thought that this was a threat. I forgot that in the end, let's say I do a random move like a6. I forgot that in the end of this variation, if I allow it, there's actually no problem, because the bishop is defending the knight. The queen. The bishop is defending the queen. So I actually missed this during the game. And so I thought that I really had to take care of that threat. I played queen takes on a2. And yeah, I mean, if I trade queens, the moment I am able to trade queens, I'm completely winning. So I was just chasing that trade. Okay, we're doing a couple of moves. I finally developed the last piece, and yeah, rook e1, bishop, queen b3, and now after queen c1, bishop g4 was a nice move, because I'm threatening to just trade more pieces and simplify the position into an easy win. I was still taking my time, because I didn't want to throw this game away. It's better to take it slow and to just guarantee a clean win, than to actually regret not taking your time, because I still had a lot of time on the clock. Okay, queen takes on b4, and after knight c4, I found a clean way to simplify the game into a winning endgame with queen takes on e1, a nice queen sacrifice, temporary, because after queen takes on e1, just rook d1, and I'm picking up the queen. And yeah, simplify, and we played a few more moves. I don't know why he didn't resign immediately, but finally after knight f4 he resigned, and we got a nice win here. Second win of the tournament, 2 out of 2, and we keep moving. I was gaining a lot of confidence from these games. Even though I was playing lower rated opponents, I was still pretty happy with the way I was handling the games and actually seeing the threats and ideas, tactical ideas. So I was very happy with that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys for round 3. Bye bye.